Hello serverless people, Enrico here. In this video I want to show you how to create a Lambda function triggered by an S3 event. I will be using NodeJS, Lambda and Serverless Framework to deploy the application. If you want to see other similar content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll publish a new video every Thursday. Let's start from the architecture, which is, I will say, quite easy. This is the S3 bucket, and here is our Lambda function that we want to get triggered by the S3 events. You can configure different S3 events. I will be using the object created event, which is triggered when you put an object in an S3 bucket when you upload a file. You can also use object deleted events. You can also use different other events. I'm going to put a list of all the available events on the description of this video. I'm using the serverless framework in order to be able to deploy everything with the infrastructure as a service logic. So here I created the serverless framework new project, and let me show you the serverless YAML file where we defined all our components in AWS. So I'm going to explain you everything. Let's go first to the function section where you actually define the Lambda function, which is going to be triggered by the S3 event. So here is, you put the name of the function. In this case, I call it uploader. On the handler, you define where the function is actually written in your project. Here I'm using like the function folder / handler file .read S3 file. And here you define the event, so which is the trigger of the actual Lambda function. And I am saying, okay, the trigger is an S3 bucket, which I configure here, and I get the name of the bucket from a config file. The event that's going to be trigger my Lambda function is the object created event. So every time there is an upload on my S3 bucket, my Lambda function will be triggered. Existing means this is going to be an S3 bucket that already exists. Okay, so how to define the Lambda function? Next thing is to define the actual bucket. So you can add on your serverless YAML file the resources, and here I'm defining type S3 bucket, properties bucket name, and just put everything else as default. And I'm getting the S3 bucket name from the config file. The config file is this JSON file with very basic config. So I'm setting region, stage, and S3 bucket name. In this case, is my S3 with Lambda upload example. I can refer to a config JSON file from the serverless YAML by using this syntax. So $file config JSON and then the name of the variable that I want to use. I am also using the stage and region variables from the config JSON file. So if in the future I want to change the region of AWS and let's say EU, I just have to change the config JSON file and not the actual YAML file. Okay, the last bit to explain is the IAMROLE statements. So by default, the Lambda function doesn't have the permission to read and also write on my S3 buckets. Here I'm saying, okay, give permission to my Lambda function to get object and get object version on this S3 bucket. You can also define like more granular IAMROLE permissions by setting like by function, so by Lambda functions. In this case, I created like a global IAMROLE, which is just easier. Now let's see the Lambda implementation. So on my Lambda function, I'm getting the object key from the event. So event.records 0 S3 object key. And then from there, I want to actually get my object. So the object that I have uploaded on S3. What I'm doing here is using the AWS SDK library, calling the s3.getObject function, and you have to specify the bucket name and the key. After that, I'm passing the file, which for this example will be a JSON file, and then I'm just like logging the file on Cloudwatch. So we're gonna see if it's actually working. Okay, so after that, we can deploy the stack by running serverless deploy, and it's gonna take a few seconds for the first deploy. Okay, as you can see, the stack has been deployed. Here, it gives you like few information. like stage, region, the name of the stack on the CloudFormation, and the functions created. So let's see on the AWS console what actually has been created. So let's go first through the Lambda functions. On the Lambda function menu, the region is the US East. I go here, and here I can see my Lambda function, S3 with Lambda dev uploader. And here on the left side, we can see the trigger. The trigger is actually the S3 bucket. So let's go to the S3 bucket and see the configured event also from there. So on the S3 bucket, if we go on the properties, we should be able to see on the events section, there is actually a Lambda function configure. Yes, it's here. I'm gonna zoom so it's easier to see it. As you can see, there is the event notification. Here is like the event name, all object create events, Lambda function, and here is destination. The destination is the Lambda function we have just seen. So now the only thing we need to do is to actually trigger the Lambda function by uploading a JSON file. Okay, here is the upload menu. I have uploaded a JSON file, the one that I show you on the code. And now I'm gonna hit the upload button, and this will upload the file on S3 and should be triggered the Lambda function. So let's go to the Lambda function now, and then we will go through the Cloudwatch events to see the logs. Okay, we have here the logs, and if I go on the latest one, we should be able to see the JSON file displayed. Yes, here is the JSON file as I showed you before. So it's S3 bucket and then the content of the JSON file, which is again the one that I showed you before. So region, stage, and S3 bucket. So yeah, the file has been uploaded to S3. S3 triggered the Lambda function, and the Lambda function has been executed as expected. On the metrics section of the Lambda function, we can actually see the invocation here. There's like one dot, which means invocation 1 is actually the invocation of the trigger by the file upload. All right, this was a very simple example. Let me know in the comments if you want me to implement any other use case with the S3 trigger and Lambda. You can find the code on the GitHub repo that I'm gonna add on the description of this video. Thanks again everyone for watching. Please click the like button to support the channel. Cheers.